welcome back to the channel. Today we are, well not today, tonight, we are actually going to hopefully get this car to start tonight. So basically what we got here is our igniter module. We've had a little chat with our wiring guru and we'll sort of go through what we need to get done. So basically this is our Heltec system here. This is our Heltec wiring diagram. Then we've got our AU electrical wiring diagram here. Basically what we need for this system to work is we need coils, negatives, and ECU ignitions. So basically, the lighting is not too good here. Basically, we've got our wiring coming from the ECU into our coil packs. What we need to do is check, we make sure we're getting continuity from our coil packs to these particular wiring pins right here. Then from there, we can then cut them and plug them into our new igniter module, which will be connected to here. This is the system that we have in the car already, which is what Jaden's in the car doing right now. So we have these three inputs. These are our ignition. The car will not need these other three because it's only using the three because the coil packs shoot 2 spark plugs per coil pack. So we're in the process of sorting that out now. Hopefully we can get this running tonight. Okay, so we've checked our continuities from our coil pack wiring up to the ECU. We only double checked that because it does have the aftermarket Heltec wiring in there. We have now cut those and we're now joining them into our igniter, which we're in the process of sorting. So, okay, everything's been wired up now. We are gonna start our process of getting it going. We've just sorted out our battery situation. We're gonna disconnect our fuel pump so we can check to make sure we have spark. Then what we're gonna do is obviously while we're checking that, we're able to get oil into all of the stuff because it's freshly rebuilt. We have put some oil in there, but we'd rather just, you know, go over it one more time, let it get good oil pressure. Then once we confirm we have spark, we'll plug our fuel pump back in, re-prime it, and then hopefully get our first startup. All right, so we'll check if it's got spark now. Yep. So we don't have a laptop, so we're using the desktop out here. A bit of a contraption, but it's the only computer that we have with Heltec on it. So we're going to scan the ECU and find out what it's doing in case there's some sort of bad communication with it. Also helps having a big screen, eh, dude? So it's nice. We're going to have a feud with McFarlane Tuning, but no, it's great. So we'll see what's happening and hopefully we can figure out what the go is. Because everything else seems to be alright, everything looks like it's wired properly, but this is the first time we've done any sort of this stuff, so we'll check all this and see what it's done. So our Heltec isn't picking up RPM, which isn't good. That could be a few things. It could be our crank sensor, could be some programming. Okay, so we've changed some settings around and I think we've started looking in the right direction. We've now got our inputs for obviously cylinder 1, 6, 5, 2 and 3 and 4. Those are all now corresponding to the wiring that's up to the ECU, which we did before earlier in the video. We're gonna now check again to see if we're getting a RPM, but being that we've never really used this program before and we just want to try and get it to start, please don't be too hateful in the comments. But yeah, so we're going to start with that. We're going to check if we're getting RPM signal and we're also checking if we're getting spark at the same time. So yeah, no, everything dropped out again. Day 2, new day. Last night we were at a loss, as you would have seen. On a further bit of thinking, we've got the handy dandy computer back up here. We have double checked all the wiring and we believe possibly we've got a cam and a crank sensor switched around. So we've double checked some wiring and we're still not getting that signal. So Jaden's been up here all day and night figuring it out. So we believe we need to change these wires around, which we are doing right now at the Heltec loom itself. So yeah, basically something, I think basically these ones here have been switched, so we're now switching them back to where they should be, and that's why we aren't getting the correct signal at the moment. So we'll pin those into the right way. Hopefully that'll then give us a signal. If we do pick up an RPM signal, that means the car should at least start. And that'll be one other thing we don't have to worry about. So we're just in the process of doing that now, and we'll see how we go. Okay, we've swapped around our plugs, and now we're just replugging everything in. Moment of truth. See if it works. I have faith in Jaden's wiring skills. He's been on this for a long time now. Did you get any sleep last night, or you just just sitting there awake, just wondering what's wrong?
Before I went to sleep, I was like, the only thing that can give you trigger is those two sensors. So if there's a problem from the health tech, so I was like, I'll get up in the morning, I'll check continuity. So, I'll check continuity, and if I got continuity there, it has to be on the engine side. And then I did continuity, and I had nothing in the right pins, and they were switched around the wrong way.
So now, when we crank it, it should start. Oh, are we going to disable the fuel pump on the Heltec first? Or are you just going to send it?
I'll disable the injector to see if it got spark before.
Well, as soon as we have RPM signal, we got the spark. So.
Yeah, so with the Heltec, so you can disable injectors and that. So we'll do that. That way we can test to make sure we have RPM without it accidentally starting on us. And it's starting to piss down again. So it's not going to start now. It's just to check to see if we got an RPM.
We should have an RPM signal.
Is the car in gear? No RPM signal. Oh, it did have something there. Something did come up briefly, like 30.
For longer.
Remember the health tech shut down for a second?
Came it for longer. It just shut itself off.
Alright, we'll reboot it now with the injectors enabled, and then see if it'll start. No.
We're on to something.
Alright, this is now a week later. We've been working on this car non-stop. Actually, to be fair, we haven't been working on it. Jaden has been. During the days when we're at work, he does night shifts, so he's been tinkering along. He's fixed up a few other little things. He managed to actually get the tuning forks at Heltec to have a quick squeeze, because you can do like a remote thingy where you plug in and then they can remote control your computer. So they went in there and they saw that the tune was slightly off from the one we loaded on. It was meant to be for the car, but because so much has been done to it, they had to tweak a little bit. So we're going to see if it fires up now. We're just finishing up some of the wiring, and then we're good. We've got an O2 sensor to do. Obviously this MAF sensor's been done, or idle air controller one, or whatever it's freaking called. That's getting sorted up now, and then we should be actually able to start it. So the Heltec gurus, we made sure we got the spark now, so they sorted that issue. We got the fuel pump sorted too. We had a few little issues with that, but no, it pretty much should start up once we have this last stuff in. But yeah, no, once we finish wiring all this up, it should be good to start. So the first startup video, so that's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, it's a long time in the making. I think this project has been going on for now 4 to 6 months.
Mid-July.
Yeah, mid-July. So we shall, finally get it to start.
We call it out.
Okay, so this is our first startup. See if it starts. Woo! How good? How good is that? It's starting up, it's running. Okay, next thing will be doing the run-in of the cam. So we've got to run it between 1,000 RPM and 2,000 RPM. Yeah, for 20 minutes. So yes, we'll probably do that during the day while everyone else is at work. And then it's exhaust and then off with the tune. So yeah, it's got a pretty dirty cam, so that's nice. It's how good. Yeah, exciting. Very exciting. So yep, That's the good news you wanted to hear. So thankfully, after all that rooting around, we finally got it to start. So thank you everyone involved. And next video on this car will probably be once it's come back from the fab shop and we're heading to the tuning. So yeah, you won't have another video for this car for at least another month or two. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on boosting, and we'll see you in the next video.